Okay, the next step, like I said before, was to cut out this top piece here. We're looking at the top of the trailer. It's the front. To cut out this top rib so that we would have the shelf on the top for the ceiling to sit on, so that we could put the ceiling in from the outside of the trailer. Let's see what I did here is I took my guide on my router. I put my guide on my router, and that held me off exactly 1 5/8 of an inch. That was the thickness of my roof spars plus my ceiling. And you'll see that here is the plunge router. It just plunges down and it cuts that line. The way I did that was I put this is actually a rotozip bit. The reason I used that is this is a 1/8 inch wide, which is the thickness that I needed of the actual material that I needed to remove, because I need the board over here to be the total thickness here is 1 5/8, but I actually need to cut off 1/8 of an inch right here so that the ceiling will fit in there, and then the thickness of the spar. So I actually need to remove that material. If I had only removed the thickness of a saw blade, then when I put my spars in, they would sit proud of the top of the edge of the trailer, and that wouldn't work. So you'd have to sand them off. I did that on the last trailer. It was a pretty big pain to be able to sand all those down so that everything would fit. So I've got this rotozip bit here. It's an 1/8 inch wide. Normally an 1/8 inch wide bit will not fit in a router. They're made, at least this one is made, for a 1/4 inch bit. So what I have here, this is an adapter that goes from a 1/4 inch, which is what the collar did here, down to a 1/8 inch. It's just got a little Allen screw in there that holds that thing in there. And so it's also longer than a standard 1/8 inch upcut router bit. That lets me get down in here. Now, having said all that, I figured out a little, at least for me, what works a little bit better. Normally you could make maybe 3 or 4 passes over this. You wouldn't want to cut through all at one time because it's too thick and you would likely break the bit off. So what I did was I ran through and made me 1 or 2 good passes to get me a groove in here. And then I took my jigsaw and I put my jigsaw in there and I cut just to the inside of the hole here, and you can see in there how I cut to the inside, and underneath there's still a little bit of meat left on the side closest to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another pass all the way around, and I'm going to cut that off. Basically what I did was I used the 1/8 inch bit to give me a guide to follow, and now I feel I'm more comfortable with the jigsaw than I am the router. So I'm going to follow that around and take that off. So that will give me the total 1/8 inch thickness that I need. Basically you're looking at about the thickness of 2 saw blades to make that that amount of material be removed from the wood there. So I'm going to do that. I just want to do a little short video here to show how that works, and when I get done I will have one long rib, unless it breaks apart like my other one did over here at the seam. That's fine if it does. We're going to take those apart anyways, and a little later down the road and use those. So anyways, just wanted to show this little detail, give an idea of how that works. One thing here is this is the rotozip bit and adapter that I use. It's a CH01. It actually comes with the adapter and a couple of different bits, and then a Allen wrench that allows you to use the bit in the router. So thanks.